Yay, Arthur. Even if he isn't here, his music is.
Yes, exactly.
Good
Exactly.
evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome, everybody. Been quite the day, quite the Monday.
I know.
So, yes, our illustrious leader was within a stone's throw of Marina today. And I'm sure she was happy to see the back end going off in
Bye.
the sky.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
That's right. That's right. Well, anyway, thanks for being here, everybody. And thank you, Marina, of course, for being here, for letting
You're
Spirit
welcome.
Drive, where we kind of just go with the flow and talk about different things that you're interested in talking about, really, if you are. I've got a list of things that I could do, but that's just in case everybody's busy eating their dinner or something, you know?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will be having my dinner after the show, and we're having Chinese food.
Oh, I need to come over to your house for dinner. It always sounds delicious.
Yes.
What do I have? I have frozen egg roll in the microwave. Not quite the same thing.
Yeah, not quite, but close enough. Close enough.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
And yes, Dawn, I didn't throw the rock garden up. I was, really, Kananaskis is not that far. It's, maybe 40-minute drive. It's, it's not that far. And I had contemplated jumping in the car and just stopping somewhere on the highway and holding up a big sign saying, Zelensky, we love you, Trump. But
oh yeah, I watched a video earlier today of a man who was meeting with Justin Trudeau and then Vladimir Zelensky. It was probably a while ago, obviously, since Justin is not in anymore.
Yeah.
And the man saw Zelensky and he started to kiss him on the hand. And Zelensky said, no, or something like that. And he puts his arms, he's a veteran. He's probably like in his 90s. And the veteran kept saying, you are the hero. You are the hero. You save your people. And the whole thing gave me goosebumps. Yes. It was so adorable. And Zelensky was so amenable to hugging on him and engaging with him. So it was really awesome. But anyway, I love to see it. So let's say hello. There's Dawn. And here's Lois. Nice to see you. Yeah. And we have Mr. Edward Kenneth, who, thank you for calling us your two hearts. We love you.
Yes.
We very much do. And let's see, we have Charlie here, Sage of Fire, wonderful. Amanda Carroll, Donna O'Brien, and Ginny F. And Linda Bishop, who is lurking while she feeds animals. Well, that's good. They need to be fed. We got Louise, and we got Maureen. And we got Miss Marby, and we got Artist Liz. Oh my goodness, we got a whole group of folks.
Yes, we do.
How do I know who's eating dinner? I just have, it's in my mind, Marby. Yeah. There's Julianne. It's good to see you, Julianne. And Sylvia's here. It's nice to see you, Sylvia. Janet, thank you. Zelensky is a bit like Biden. He is. He could be a Biden, couldn't he? Yeah.
Yes.
He's adorable. Yeah. Absolutely. So it's been, I just heard a couple of things that were going to be happening, and I saw that there was one question. So we're going to go with that. Lois had this. Will the world leaders tell Trump that they know the truth about the election? That's a good question. That's a very, very good question. Of course, if you caught the press conference today, where the blowhard got up and just about reamed everybody, but then the worst thing he did was to say how unfair it was that Vladimir Putin was taken out of the G8, and what he didn't realize was he was taken out because he had invaded Crimea.
Exactly. And he was not taken out by Obama and Trudeau. He was taken out by Stephen Harper.
True. That's true.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what? If you're going to spread that kind of BS, make sure that you got it right.
Well,
yes.
It's never ending. The BS
No.
is never ending. I don't really think that he ever thinks he's lying. I think it's such an ingrained thing in his mind that he just goes with it. He just says whatever it's at the front of his mind.
Yep.
So,
no,
hello, Lorraine. Nice to see you. And Ness is here. And yes, Linda, I do sound like Miss Jean on Romper Room. But I didn't use my magic mirror.
At least you have one.
Well, it's a magnifying glass, but it
Close
works.
enough.
It works.
Close enough.
Yeah. No, they don't know which way is up. You're absolutely right. Yeah. So, do we want to see take a read on this question, Maria? Whether or not they? Yeah. I hope they do. Yeah.
I think that they already have. It's just that he's so clueless.
Yeah.
That, you could, I'm sure that someone could say to him, "Oh, Donald, you have such a profound respect for the truth that you defer to it, rarely, if ever." And he would go, "That's right. Yeah, you're absolutely right."
Oh my God.
Because he's that.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is interesting. Where did you go? Go ahead. No.
I got facade of goodwill.
Oh, that's what Carney did because he's Canadian and he's nice.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And then, leadership battle.
Ooh.
They did try to get into a little bit of a, macho.
Yeah.
And Carney shut him down. Shut him down as he was going on with this Q&A and press release and whatnot. And Carney said, "No, that's it.
I think we're done. We're done." Yeah, I think so. Then he also said something about I like tariffs. I'll always like tariffs. And Mark Carney doesn't like them. He has a different idea. And his idea is really good. And I'm thinking, no, you don't believe that. Of course you don't believe that. That's so silly. So what I got is foreign occupation. So he was on foreign soil when he did all this blowhard stuff. Yes. And so Mark was in charge, and thank God he was. He was wonderful. Yes. It says here that Trump has been compromised. So I think perhaps they did say to him, "Hey, we know the drill. We know the drill." But he's about to join forces with somebody. And I just saw on the news before, or one of those like Midas Touch or whatever, that he has called for his UN Security Council to meet him at the White House tonight when he gets back. And he's posted on Truth Social that Tehran should have made a deal with me when they had the chance, and it would be a good idea if everybody left Tehran.
Mm-hmm.
So he's threatening.
Yeah, of course he is. He is taking his orders from Vladimir, who apparently is the only person that that will talk to Trump. He will not talk to anyone else.
He only talks to me. Yeah. He's my friend. He's my friend.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's ridiculous. But I do think that the leaders will, if they haven't already, they'll let him know. Listen, you can pull that ship south of the border.
That's right.
You can do that down there, not up here, not with us. Yeah. Our planes are on the way now.
So anybody else catch Anonymous today? I just watched it. Anonymous is saying that there will be a major attack on domestic soil, and it will be a false flag that's blamed on a country in the Middle East, and they're counting on it to make us upset so that we want retribution and retaliation, much like the Gulf War, or not the Gulf War, but the one against Saddam and all that.
Yes.
Remember, they built that thing up so high so that everybody.
It was, the Gulf War.
Yeah, it was the Gulf War then. Yeah.
Totally.
But, you know, and remember there were weapons of mass destruction everywhere, but they couldn't find them when they went there, you know. So yeah. Oh, what's this, Edward? You got sent a TikTok clip and was detailing the research done on the voting machine differences in the last minute. Yes. I saw it too, Edward. I did. And it said this date they did this, and this date they did that, and this, and it all comes down. And Palantir, that those people, they were part of it. And of course, we know Elon was part of it. And there were others that were part of it, according to that video. Yeah. Hello, Garnet.
Nice to see you.
Yes, nice to see you. Yeah.
Well,
oh my God. Yeah.
All right. Do you want to read on are people going to fall for the false flag?
Okay, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I
know that some will, but let's hope no Democrats do.
No, I think his supporters will, and that's fine. Let them put on the uniform and let them go fight overseas.
Oh, and I got some things to tell you all about the parade. So we'll get to that. Yeah. All right. Oh my goodness sakes. I don't like these cards, Marina. First card I get is rulership handover. That's not so bad, but I'm thinking J.D. Vance. Society collapse. Prepare and stock up.
All right.
For entertainment purposes only.
Yes. Okay. So what I get is similar, but maybe maybe a little more encouraging. Okay. I get stepping down.
There you go.
Stepping down. Market volatility.
Oh, yeah.
And then I get military control.
Oh, boy.
And national defense. So if there is such a thing, I think it will take him down, and it's going to, the military will step in. If J.D. Vance is doing anything behind the scenes and he thinks he's going to leave the country, the military is going to step in, and they're going to say, nah, not so fast, Jose. So no, I don't think that a lot of people are going to fall for it. They're going to call for his downfall. Right? How could you let this happen? You're supposed to be the guy who is into world peace and so on and so forth.
Right. No more wars. Yeah.
Yes. And you're everybody's friend. You're making all these deals around the world. Why aren't you protecting us?
Yeah, absolutely. Wow.
Yeah.
Hello,
butterfly.
So before I get to the parade, I wanted everybody to know that today, the New England states, with the exception of New Hampshire, met with Canadian premiers in Boston. I love it. I love it. I don't know who and what and where and when and why, but I did hear that they had all banded together to look into provincial. Yeah. Providential. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. Thank you, Lorraine. I'm going to bring that up in a few minutes. Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah. So the military parade. It doesn't take rocket science to see that 200,000 people did not go. They said that at one point they felt it was somewhere between 6,857, and I don't know where they got that number, but it was funny, and maybe 20,000 people that were there. There was a lot of sour faces throughout the viewing stand and sleeping and all kinds of stuff.
Yes,
but there was I have this thing called the Donald Trump jail tracker or something on Facebook that I see. And somebody had posted that they had taken this off of a friend's wall somewhere else, like maybe True Social. And it said the president's parade was a bust. Not only that, but if you're in a parade, you wear dress clothes. You don't wear combat gear. And you also march in unison. And you also turn your head to look at the leader when you pass him. None of that was done.
No.
I mean, they did, you know, and I'm sure it reminds me of when he was at Fort Bragg and all those guys that he had in the audience.
Yes.
That he selected basically because they were his people.
Yeah.
But those men were BS that they had to spend their Saturday sleeping on the floor of a building and getting up in the morning and walking in a parade when it was Father's Day weekend.
Exactly. And a lot of them, some of the comments that I heard was that it was, they were walking in a parade, but it was more of a protest walk than it was.
The way they did it. Yes, it was. Yeah, it really was.
They were not marching.
Yep.
And there was a 6 or 7 second clip that I'm trying to remember whose channel I saw it on, but they posted Trump and Melania. She's standing next to him, and you can tell by the clothes she's wearing. It was the, parade day and whatnot. And she, she knows the camera's on. So she smiles at the camera and does. And I remember the person saying, "Oh, that's an ick. That's an ick look." If you look up the word ick in the dictionary, they're going.
You're right. And it reminds me of the first inauguration where she was standing behind him and Ivana was there, and she's like,
yes,
like this after he turns around.
Yes.
Somebody from Australian 60 Minutes was interviewed, and he was saying he knows a lot of people that know all about her, and she absolutely hates him. She doesn't just not like him. She hates him. Yeah, she hates him. Yeah. Hi, Judith. Thank you for popping in. We appreciate it. Yeah. So I get that this whole thing was a disaster wreckage, and it was. And the only thing that revived the weekend was the beauty of 10 million people all across the country voting for no kings,
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, this is kind of funny. Unwavering stance. Look at that face. I make him pay to stand next to me. Right.
And he can only give me his pinky. I don't want any more of him. Yeah.
No. Unwavering stance and disappointing results.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. You're right.
They did not come out to see him. They did not come out to celebrate his birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, and then what else? What else did he when he arrived up here, and he was saying, that was a beautiful parade. We had over 250,000 people.
Right.
And they said 100% chance of rain. 100%.
Right.
There was no rain.
There was rain, but
of course there was. It's like if his mouth is open, he's lying.
It's a lie. But the stands that they were supposed to pay people to pack, they were empty. And every time they panned back, especially in front of the reviewing stand.
Yes.
And then they got up to leave when he started talking. They all started shifting out. So he cut it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Marco Rubio is sitting there, and he's kind of over a chair like this and trying to stifle a yawn. And yet Pete Hegseth looked like, what time is it? What time? Can I have my drink now? Can I have my drink now? What time is it?
Well, and the other thing they said was he had a pocket napkin or what handkerchief, and it was like the flag, and you're never supposed to do that. And Trump decides to sign a flag on one of the white lines for someone, which is a federal offense.
Yes, it is. That is disrespecting the flag. You don't do that. It's not an ornament.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. So I'm going to pull from another deck here. Oh, when he took the stage, it was silent, so Fox News inserted cheering crowd noise. Sounds about right. They'll do anything.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? All you have to do is look at the people that are in the audience. Unless they're doing this.
Yes.
Yeah, they're not cheering.
It's like that. It's like that canned laughter from the 50s and 60s.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Oh my. So Barron wasn't there. He's probably busy at college, but it says here you need balance. So she probably would have liked to have him on her other side. So she said he would have improved the situation. So that's what I get for that, Amanda. Yeah.
No, and I get relentless determination. That boy and his mother want nothing to do with Trump. So even if he did say, well, I'd like to attend with my father, she'd have told him to no, you will not. That's not going to happen. And she would use intimidation tactics.
You think? Sure. I don't really care. Do you?
Donald. Yeah. No.
Oh my God.
No, not at all.
So
excuse me.
Some of the things, let's talk about the Minnesota shooter, whose name was Butler. It's spelt differently.
Yeah.
He was an evangelical. Somebody posted an evangelical rant that he gave at some point in the past. He is a radical Republican, but the Republicans are calling him a Marxist Democrat. And I'm thinking, why would the Marxist Democrat kill other Democrats? That doesn't make any sense, even if it was true.
Yes.
He, what else about this guy? He's just that mask he had on. And Mike Lee, Mr. Mormon man from Utah, he says, oh, wow, look at that. Because he looked like Freddy Krueger. And he mocked it. There were two representatives that mocked it. And apparently he was called out today by a Democrat in charge of some committee he's on. So I don't know if they're going to censure him or not, but he should be censured.
Yeah. Absolutely. Don't. Yeah. They're of course they're going to lie, because this this guy is one of their own. He drank the Kool-Aid, and he decided that he was going to go ahead and do this. Now, personally, here's what really bugs me from a justice or a Libra standpoint. If you take such a strong stance on something, do everyone a favor and have the cojones to stand there afterwards and say, yes, I did.
Right.
And this is why I did it. You don't, you put everybody else down. You make fun of everybody else. You berate them and so on. And then you go do something bad. And what do? I got to run away. I can't let anyone yet.
Yeah.
That's a cowardly thing to do.
It is a cowardly thing to do.
Yes.
What really upset me was his first reaction, himself's first reaction was, well, I don't think I'll call the governor. He's a really, really bad leader, and everybody is awful except for him. Everybody, every single person. There's nothing wrong with Tim Walz. He's wonderful. And, because the radical Democrats in their states, they're horrible, horrible people. Yes. They're incompetent. So we got all these governors that are incompetent, apparently. And yet people voted for them.
Yes, absolutely. Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're the states. The incompetent leaders are the leaders of the states that are actually funding the blue states.
Mm-hmm. Are paying for the red states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
yes. Yeah.
I couldn't finish my thought.
That's all right. You and I, we finish each other's sentences sometimes.
That's right. Totally. Yeah. It's
Yep.
almost like we're psychic. We can read each other's mind.
It's amazing.
Yes.
How we found each other too. We twins separated at birth. Yeah.
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But Lorraine agrees with you. You know, take your punishment, mask up and run and hide and show. Yeah.
Yes.
And this guy didn't do any thinking because he had a whole list of people, 90 people. And what he wanted to effectively do was to flip the Congress in Minnesota. That was his purpose, so that they would be Republican run instead of Democrat run. That's the whole reason. And he's got 5 kids. They're gonna, you know, the death penalty. They're calling for the death penalty.
Yes, absolutely.
This is an assassination. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. And then, the death penalty, and then give him 50 years on top of that for shooting the dog, because that's just.
Really? Did you all know he also shot their dog and killed their dog? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually they have 2 children. I believe they're like in their 20s. So they weren't home. Thank goodness, those people.
Yes.
But you know, geez, kill my parents and I'll kill my dog and I won't have anything, you know. Really awful.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, Jane, Rachel Maddow just said he's leaving early because he's embarrassed himself and the other leaders are just being mean. Oh my God. I'm going to go home. Where are my pearls?
Good riddance. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
They didn't want him there to begin with.
No. Now they can get down to doing some actual work.
They can do their business. So this actually verifies Amanda's question, or not Amanda's, but the first person that asked a question. I'm sorry, I can't remember who it was. Lois. That they're probably telling him, yeah, you didn't really win.
Exactly.
Oh my Lord. That's so funny. Yeah. She guarded her daughter from being, that was the other one, Mark. Yes. There was another couple that had a daughter with them that was in their 20s, and she threw herself over the daughter. But the one that, I believe the one with the dog is was the speaker of
Melissa.
Melissa and her husband and their dog. Yeah.
Yes.
Then it was some Hoffmans are the other ones, but they're still alive, I believe. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh, did he get kicked out? It wouldn't surprise me. He got kicked out because Maureen says, in other words, he took his ball and bat and cried in the corner like a toddler. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. You guys are right on. Yep. You're right on.
Yeah. By all means.
Yeah. I agree with this. You're a sister of a murder victim. Oh, honey, I am so sorry. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't know that really is touching you very closely. And I'm sorry about that. So help me if they try the mental illness crap, I'm going to lose my, well, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? There was planning that went into this. This wasn't one of those spur of the moment things, because, you know, he made sure that he had a disguise. He wore like a police type uniform.
Yeah, and he even had it on his car. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, you know, this isn't he planned this. So when you plan it, you can't say, you know, well, he was mentally ill. No, apparently he wasn't. He thought it out.
He thought it out.
It
really reminds me of the Whitmer thing with those guys. They thought it out too. They didn't they didn't end up bad, thank God. But doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You're right,
so
Maria.
no. He may claim you know, mental illness now. It doesn't matter. You're a murderer.
Yeah. I'm not sure if anyone in the regime had anything, but, you know, I didn't know also, Janet, that there's like 14,000 or 14, I don't know, remember the amount. There's a huge amount of domestic terrorist groups in the United States. And it wouldn't surprise me if they decided to put in their 2 cents for this. So,
Could be.
yeah.
Well,
and, yeah.
I'm just going to toss some cards. And was anyone, okay, let me rephrase that. Was this a lone wolf operation?
All right. Yeah.
Was this a lone wolf? No. He was briefed in command. He was, yeah, he did it for money and power. So that means he was paid. And yeah, he followed tyrannical leadership.
Oh, jeez. There's the answer.
Could you make this stuff up? Yeah.
Wow. I got what I got was military planes. So it could be a wing of, because we know there have been shootings at different bases in the past. So there are people there. So I have a feeling it was hatched on a military plane, and it says that tension escalates. So, but he had a list of 90 people, including Governor Walz. And he was just gonna, and abortion clinics and all of those. Yes.
Yeah. I'm getting tired of people who do not have the necessary body parts to produce a human being telling those of us who do what we should be doing.
Thank you. That's right.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And I know.
Yeah.
Lorraine had said this earlier about the pillow guy, so I wanted to go back to it. Dominion sued him and won. That's good.
Perfect.
That's good. He's going to have to stuff a lot of pillows to pay off the.
But Your Honor, I'm broke.
I know.
I'm broke. No.
All right, I'll go to jail, but can you buy my pillows and so we can get the welfare? Yeah. Oh, shit. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for bringing that up. I didn't see this. Was this today, Liz? The press secretary told Jasmine Crockett to sit down and shut up, girl. No, I did not hear that. But Jasmine would not have. She would have come up with something. So, yeah. Wow.
Absolutely.
That's
crazy.
My
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, and Spiritual Garden wants me to flash my nails.
Oh, they're gorgeous. Yeah. Wow.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah. It is Dawn Turner's friend, Kim, who does my nails. And she does a fabulous job.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
It's interesting that you brought this up because we were talking about this backstage. How nobody ever hears, especially from the man who complains about anything. Nobody ever hears about this particular kid. And I'm going to pull a couple cards on this because I think he's in a witness protection program or something, or because I didn't even see an obituary for this kid. Did you?
No.
Did anybody see that anywhere?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Lorraine, you betcha.
Strength is needed. He's now in his comfort zone. And he got a career advance. So he's working somewhere probably and getting paid for, kind of like Rudy Giuliani's son. He got, $75,000 a year for being a sports representative or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
He is part of a shadow operation. Yeah, and it was done as collective action to kind of get him out of the way, and he's very much being managed.
Is that the governance one? that you've got, or is that the?
Yes.
Oh, it is.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember seeing it. All right.
Yeah.
So Charlie thinks it was foreign help. That's could possibly be true.
Yes.
State charges are being laid, so no chance of a pardon. Yes, I love that. And you're thinking some Proud Boys, and I wouldn't surprise me.
Yes.
This is also possible on the dark web. There's a lot of fools.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That are willing to do these kinds of things. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
He's his roommate that he made bad choices and he was sorry. What was that the same guy they interviewed who said, a Democrat? Oh no, he'd be so mad that you thought that. Is that the same guy?
I think so. A larger man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And
we're talking
bad choices. I'm sorry. Did you, was that sent before or after you did what you did?
Right. Absolutely. So Mary, we were talking about the shooter in Minnesota, but we were also talking about the one in Butler, Pennsylvania, getting out of the country and getting a new life, so to speak. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I know you're absolutely right, Lorraine. People will do anything for money and power.
Yes.
It really is so corrupting. It's always been that way, but we're just seeing more and more of it.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody now wants a piece of the pie, right? I'm going to get mine before there's nothing left.
Yeah. Or right? my 20 minutes of fame, one or the other. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Wow. So yeah. Simply no excuses or rational. Yeah, that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You can't say you're mentally ill if you are able to, after the fact, say, oh, I made some bad choices. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That should be enough, shouldn't it? I mean, I didn't mean to do it, Yeah. So I have to bring up a couple of other not very happy things that I read today. Apparently himself signed an executive order that says that the VA no longer has to give benefits to either Democrats or unmarried veterans. How about that?
Yeah.
And
and within how many hours after the parade for the military? Because I love the military. We have to support our military. Yeah.
So what I want to know is, what will it take to 25 this person? 25th Amendment. What is it going to take? How much more? Yeah, isn't that? Yes, Mary, we are living in a world where it's better to get over than to do the right thing. You're right. That's right. Yeah. I know.
Wow.
What have we got here?
This card literally jumped out. Fraudulent conduct.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah.
Followed by foreign threats.
Yep.
Yeah. There you go.
I have surveillance record, military plane again, and fake news. Now, here's something I saw on, I think it was Instagram today, and it was Usha Vance. And it looks like Usha Vance. She talks like Usha Vance, but I don't know if it's AI or not. So but she says that basically that she wished she had never married JD, that he controls everything she does, including the clothes she wears and how she laughs and and all this whole thing. And I thought to myself, well, I don't know I don't think she would do that. I just don't think she would, whether it was true or not, but she said she can't get out of it and all that. So I would love to hear, I would love to hear if you guys ever have seen that. So I'm just passing that along. Yeah, you're right. He will send them to war. You're right.
Yeah. Well, let Mega go first. Let the patriots, the ones who believe him, they should want to follow their leader. And Yeah. His boys, all three of them, better put on the uniform.
Yeah. Yep. I remember that Joe Biden was one of the only senators who had a son that was fighting in a war. None other, or Congress or anything. Well, Jason Crow was before he was a congressman, and so was Ruben Gallego, and I'm sure there were others, but not their son or their daughter in the military. So yeah.
Exactly. So what can you do? I think they should be the first ones.
Yeah.
First ones over.
Yeah. That's absolutely true.
Yeah. And it's I can't remember if we talked about this on Friday or if it just came out over the weekend, that he's saying we need to protect our farmers. You don't want to go after the people who are working in the fields, because that causes damage to our farmers.
That's right. But I'm not going to do anything right away, because Stephen Miller says, no, we can't do that. Because Stephen Miller's the boss in that regard. Yeah. Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
So if any of you are wanting to invest in a few things that are fabulous, I've got some investment strategies for you. The first thing is, there's a new gold mobile phone that the Trump boys are selling, and you can buy it. You can buy it.
Yes. Wait, I need to write this down.
I know. I knew you would want to jump right on it.
Yes.
The other thing is that the Trump card to buy your immigration is on the Department of Commerce's website. So you can pay, what, 250 million, is it? I don't know, 1,000, whatever it is. And you can buy immigration to the United States.
As long as you're white.
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's true. It's in the real small print,
Yes. Yeah.
European heritage is important. Yeah.
Well, now, I'm going to need to get one of those phones, and I can use that phone to apply for one of those citizenships.
There you go, Marina, because we know that you'd much rather be an American than a Canadian. Everybody wants to be an American. Yeah.
Goes without saying.
Yeah.
Goes without saying. I'm getting tired of my free health care.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
It's much better to pay for it. At least, you're not living off the dole. So, yeah.
There is that.
Made in China. Yes, Liz. I'm sure it is made in China.
Of course it is. Where else?
Yeah. Oh, he also has he must have a mobile home service, because he has a new mobile phone. So, not a mobile home, a mobile phone. Sorry. Oh my God. Yeah. I think they've gone past trying to figure anything out. Yeah. Yep. And talking about the flea market.
Yes.
Today in California, a swap meet is a flea market, basically. And today ICE was accompanied by the Marines and going and asking people where they were from and arresting people and doing all that at the swap meet. Yeah. So, yeah. So he probably thought, oh, we should go there. That's where I got that phone idea. That's right. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Totally. Totally. Oh my God. Can you? Yeah. Phone service will be Starlink.
No, it's Star Stink.
Oh, Star Stink. Sorry.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah. Do you think Elon's going to give him a break on the price?
Yeah. Oh my God.
No Lord. Can you imagine? Well, of course we can imagine. We're living it, but more and more, I think people they're taking off the blinders. They can see a lot of this stuff exactly for what it is, which is a bunch of BS.
Yeah.
So,
except the diehards. And I just ended up buying a book that I haven't started yet, but it's called Hijackers.
Oh,
and it's
that would
all
be
about
interesting.
how you use propaganda and messages over and over and over again for any cult.
Yes.
And this is a cult. I mean, a cult actually, it's funny when you say cult, it's not always bad. The Boy Scouts are a cult. It's a group.
Yes.
That's what it means.
Yes.
But, you know, we use it as, you know, a bad,
yes.
And it is a bad thing in our experience. So, yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
Absolutely. Yeah, they drank the Kool-Aid. And there are some of them that are never going to see the light, and they are going to jump off the cliff with him.
Yeah.
Godspeed. Godspeed.
It's interesting. Sometimes I post on it's Quora, Quara. It's you know, people ask questions and people answer them what they think. And I have never seen so many questions that say, why do the Democrats not like Trump? Why do the Democrats think this is bad? Why do the Democrats? And I thought, wow, I was surprised to see those posted. And the reason I was is because I don't see people like who like him as particularly wanting to get answers from one of those types of forums. It surprised me. It really did. So
I think a lot of them, they just want to argue. They don't want to exchange information or hear things. They just want to argue. And I noticed particularly over the last 2-3 days when, excuse me, like when the planes were arriving in Calgary with the leaders and so on, and watching it happen live. And there were people, you know, sort of, excuse me, in the chat. And there would be certain people who would post the same thing over and over and over again. And they were those little bits, you know, yet Trump is going to make the world great again.
Right. So they must be bots. They must be. Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely. Waiting for someone to engage with them. Right. And I thought, no, look, people are reading that and they're going, whatever. They're not engaging. So,
not engaging. Yeah. And, you know, I have to say, I heard also that Blue Sky, they think is a failure because Blue Sky has too many people that agree with each other and nobody that doesn't. And they're going back to X because of it.
Really?
And I was really, you know what it is that you can block or be blocking people that are not your kind of people. And so I'm just thinking that's what it was. You know, that's what it, but because I think it's a great place to go. I've never had a bad experience at Blue Sky.
No, no, I haven't either. And if I'm looking for like-minded people.
Right.
I don't want to get on there and argue with people who do not want to listen to reason, or who don't have cogent and valid arguments to give me. I'm willing to listen.
I know you are
wrong, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But no, it's just
their arguments are
opinionated than informed.
Yeah, they use a lot of logical fallacies, you know, and so in doing so, they don't even know they're doing it because they don't know what logical fallacies are. So that's what we're dealing with. You listen to a man who specializes in deprogramming cult members. Oh, I bet it's arduous. I bet it's unbelievable. Yeah, that must be. Yep.
Yeah.
Mary, I think the Elon stuff is smoke and mirrors. He is still present and obtained the things he was looking for. Now that he's gone, no questions are being asked about what he's doing. I agree with you, Mary. He's probably the puppet master behind what they're doing still. I would imagine so. And all of that breakup that they did, I think that was that probably, I want to read on that. Was that plan? Was that a plan? Was that? Because I feel like it was. Yeah.
All right. Was the bromance breakup a plan?
Yeah. because they really sucked us in. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I have replace or exchange. And I'm going to say that replace or exchange Elon, but look at the heart is in his hand. So I think, yes, they wanted to replace him because he was getting shit from Tesla and other places. But in order for him to break up, then they had to make it, they had to do what they did during the pandemic.
Yes.
And make things unclear.
Yes.
Wow.
I get strategic move.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was not by accident. Okay. It has to do with covert corruption that is going to lead to borders and deportation. Hello. And yeah, health regulations. There yeah, from that health regulations, I'm getting that both of them really played up the other's mental health. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's right. You're right. Wow. Yeah, Jane, you felt like you did. Yeah, I do too.
Yes.
Jane, we did talk about the parade and how they went out of step and how they weren't dressed in dress blues and all that stuff. So yeah, it was a perfect way. Yeah. Spiritual garden could be adolescents and teens asking because they overheard parental conversations. For what though? Could you give me what they would be, on what context you're asking that question?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely. I'm never adverse to answering a question if someone says, "Oh, you know, what about this or what about that?"
Yeah.
It's when they kind of make those statements.
It's Cura is that. Okay. All right. You're absolutely right. Thank you. Thank you for Charlie. I get you now. We were talking about that. Okay. You're right. And a lot of them actually are over like in India or Pakistan or some of those places. Yeah, you're right. Thank you for that. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Oh dear. Anybody else got any questions? We got about 6 minutes or 7 minutes left.
Yeah.
And would be happy to take any question that you have. I kind of ran out what I was doing. I really want to know more about this National Security Council meeting that he's calling. And that's why he left. It wasn't because they were mean to him. It's always an opportunity to pick on other people, you know.
Yes, so, totally. Yeah. Oh, yes, Dawn, the cards are talking. This is just, this deck is fabulous. Okay. Yeah. In terms of him meeting, they're going to discuss the corruption that is being revealed. And what is being revealed is the selfish agenda and foreign threats. So there, someone has put his feet to the fire, and they're looking for him to concede defeat. I think they're going to go after him, and I think they are going to 25. Yeah,
he's just gone too crazy. Yeah, I agree with you, Marina. Yeah, but I would like to see braver people in the Congress and in the Senate, because according to many Democratic senators, they say, well, we'll take care of it. When it gets really, really bad, we'll take care of it, because they actually are telling the Democratic senators that they don't like him and they don't believe anything. They don't like what he does and says. But look at Rand Paul, who I can't stand. I just have to say that. But he's actually stood up and said this is nuts. The emperor
Yes.
has no clothes. But I did see that the Senate did come up with, what is it? Some adjustments to the big ugly bill. And one of the things was that the president will watch over the dismantling of all unnecessary governmental agencies within the next 10 years.
Wow.
10 years?
Yeah. Okay. That does not belong in a budget bill. No. That has nothing to do with the budget. No.
Yeah.
The budget is about spending. What comes in, what goes out.
Right.
Not.
Sounds like spinning wheel. What goes up must come down. Spinning wheel. Got to go around. Exactly. Wow. Exactly. Yeah, we'll give you a collective message here. There's a couple of questions, so we'll see if we can get to a couple of them.
For sure.
Yep. So why don't we do that last, and we'll do these two first. And one of them is, will he succeed in taking the veterans' benefits away from the Democrat veterans? There'll be a lawsuit. You know that, Marine. There will be a lawsuit against this. But by the way, everybody, today I saw on TV to send letters to the Supreme Court. Their address is on First Street in Washington. And they want us to call for the eradication of this man and his regime. And of course, it doesn't really matter, because we send letters to everybody. But I think it might be a good idea. I think it would be a good idea for them to be inundated with letters from people saying, why don't you stand up and pull your pants up, for heaven's sake? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
Right.
Will he, I think that what he is trying to do is he's trying to, shaping the future. He wants to do that. There's global governance. There's, it's
it's a fear tactic, is what it is.
Yes, yeah, exactly. And if he goes too far, again, military control.
Okay.
I think that there are people in the military that are ready to act, that are ready to pull the plug and say, no kings, there's a constitution.
That's right. Absolutely. I get classified knowledge, which we know exists.
Yes.
Change is coming. So, veterans will certainly stand up against this at the very least.
Oh, absolutely.
See, there was an 89-year-old veteran that was arrested at the Capitol because he breached the thing, and he said, "I'll be back." Yep. And he had a walker. He was awesome.
Yes.
He was awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So this one was, Trump said he was protecting Russia's oil. How much longer before the military take him out? All right.
Protecting Russia's oil. Why? Let Russia protect its oil.
I know. Thanks, Edward, for putting that in. The Supreme Court.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yep.
Yes.
I'm going to do one tonight. So, All right. So what do we want to see here?
How much longer before they
Russia's oil? Okay. Geez, he's gotten rid of all the people that would stand up to him. Oh,
interesting.
You get worldwide Earth and a drone strike.
Oh.
Yeah. Interesting.
Wow. All right. So what tyrannical leadership, again, it's being done for money and power. And is going to come up against an internal adversary. So
maybe someone will turn on him.
Yeah, no, he's not protecting Russian oil. He's protecting the secrets that Russia has on him.
On him, yeah.
For entertainment purposes only. What do we know? We're just tossing cards.
So, Mary Thornberry, We did talk about Iran. I just want to give you a little bit of, because you missed it, but I saw an anonymous posted, very short, and said that this thing with Iran will escalate, and that there will be domestic, something on our domestic land, soil, and it will be a false flag, and people here will call for retribution. Whether or not that happens, I, of course, don't know, for entertainment purposes only, but he is going to this national security meeting, and he did tell the Iranians to get out of their country, or at least Tehran. And some people are, I hopefully the ETs won't let them use their nuclear weapons.
No, no, they won't. Absolutely not. And don't forget, the domestic soil can have different interpretations, because an embassy that is located in a different country, that is American soil.
You're right. You're right.
So
you're absolutely right. Yep.
Maybe that's where it will be.
He wants all the power in the world, is what he wants. Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm going to give a more uplifting reading for the collective. How about that? I don't want to leave everybody.
No, absolutely. Absolutely.
Depressed.
I'm putting these cards away, and we'll do a lovely energy reading.
Yeah. To move you out for the evening. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh my God, Marina, it has something to do with your show. It really does. So what I get is that we are all interdependent on each other, and how important that is. The bee needs the flower to make the honey, for us to have honey. I mean, it goes right the way. We are the gatekeepers, and we are the choice makers. And I love that. So stay positive. And this is what I got for the shine your light. Shine your light. Essence.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful? And it's just, that's your, that's exactly what your show does, is shine the light and not bring in the dark. So,
yes. Okay. And what do I have? Activate appreciation.
Oh, love it. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Visualize the world that you want to live in, and then breathe it, think it, activate it, and be grateful for all the good things that are going to come in. And then tails in all time spaces.
Oh, beautiful.
A reminder that we've been here before. We've been at this precipice before.
Yeah.
We have survived. We will survive. And
we can all sing Gloria Gaynor, right?
Exactly. Yes. Yes. And call back your power.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do this or you can't do that, or yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, call back your power. You are a divine person.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Embrace.
Thank you, everybody, for being here with us today. And the next show will be at the end of the month, in 2 weeks. And Arthur will be here, God willing.
Yeah, yes, so because we have custody of him at the end of the month.
At the end of the month, he's ours.
Yes. Yeah. That's the weekend we get.
That's right. Thank you all. Thank you all. And yes, everybody loves your nails, Marina. They're beautiful.
Thank you.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye for now.
I didn't.